It would be an iniquitous judge who would admit anyone as a witness into his own cause. From the 1712 Royal Society report on the calculus dispute, a report secretly written by one of the two men it was judging. Calculus, the math behind rockets, economics, and your phone's battery curve. Ask who invented it, and most people say Isaac Newton. Here's what usually gets left out. A German philosopher invented the exact same thing around the exact same time, and the fight over who got there first turned into one of the ugliest academic feuds in history. In the 1660s, a young Isaac Newton develops a system he calls fluxions, a way to calculate rates of change. Revolutionary. There's just one problem: he doesn't publish it. For decades, he shows it to a handful of colleagues, writes some private letters, and mostly just sits on it. Meanwhile, in the 1670s, in Germany, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz develops his own system for the exact same kind of math. Different notation, same core idea. And unlike Newton, Leibniz actually publishes his work in 1684, a full 9 years before Newton lets any of his own writing on the subject see daylight. For a while, nobody cares who was first. Mathematicians across Europe just start using Leibniz's version. His notation was cleaner, easier to teach, easier to build on. Newton's own supporters even use it. Then, in 1699, a mathematician named Nicolas Fatio de Duillier, a friend of Newton's, publicly accuses Leibniz of stealing the idea from Newton. Leibniz denies it. The accusation spreads. By 1711, Leibniz is alarmed enough that he does something that will backfire spectacularly. He formally asks the Royal Society of London to investigate and clear his name. Here's the problem. The president of the Royal Society in 1711 is Isaac Newton. Newton personally selects the committee. He quietly directs their investigation. And modern historians examining the surviving drafts have confirmed what people suspected for centuries. Newton anonymously wrote large sections of the committee's own impartial final report himself. The report is published in 1712. It rules, unsurprisingly, in Newton's favor. It accuses Leibniz of plagiarism. Newton isn't done. He anonymously writes a glowing review of his own committee's report and publishes that too. Leibniz is never even given a real chance to present his side to the investigators. The two men never speak again. Leibniz dies in 1716, in the middle of the fight, largely disgraced in England. Newton lives another 11 years, long enough to keep the feud alive through supporters, pamphlets, and one more edition of his own self-authored Vindication. Modern historians who've actually gone back through the letters and timelines agree on something both 18th century camps refuse to accept. Newton and Leibniz almost certainly developed calculus independently at roughly the same time without stealing from each other. Two brilliant men, an ocean apart, arriving at the same idea on their own, and one of them used his position of power to make sure history remembered it his way. So, who really invented calculus? Both of them, separately, honestly, and almost simultaneously. The only thing Newton actually won was the argument, and he won it by appointing himself judge in his own trial.